everyone, I'm Marianne O'Hearn. I'm going to show you this real quick technique that only takes about just 5 minutes, less than 5 minutes. And it's the dip, dab, side slide technique. So really simple. I've got a couple of brushes here, and you can see that if you're going to do this technique, these three brushes, you can use these two. But you can't use this one because it's so bushy. So you need to have something that's like a kind of a newer brush or a clean brush. I'm going to use the small one because I have small designs. But if I was going around the whole rim or something, I would use one with a little bit, a little bit bigger of a brush. I have water here, okay, also. I want you to be able to see that. So in a paper towel. So you need your color, water, in a paper towel. And the whole idea, and to remember this, it's wet, dab, side, slide, okay? So, and the reason I call it that, it's easy to remember, wet, dab, side, slide. So you want to wet the brush, you want to dab it off, so you don't want to wet it and go like this because now your brush is too dry. So you want to wet, dab, just to get, a lot of the, you just want to get some of the water out, but not all of it, because you want a little water in your brush, okay? Make sure it's not dripping down the barrel either. Okay, now I'm going to do this heart, and I'm going to do it with the darker blue, because I got this painted blue first, and there's my pattern. So now I'm going to side slide, so meaning I'm sliding the brush, I'm sliding through the paint with the side of the brush. So side of the brush, slide, and then I'm going to put it on my heart, and I'm going to go right to the edge of my line. And now I can do it sometimes a couple of times before I have to re-wet the brush. But you want that water in there because you want to be able to slide it down so you're getting that color. Okay, so now what's happening, I'm going to show you with the black too. I'm going to show you with the black because it'll be easier for you to see than the blue. So wet dab, I'm going to do this one here. I'm going to side slide the brush, so you're keeping your brush down, not up. So if you look at this brush, only one side is wet. So the other side is just water. So as you can see, as it goes down, see how you can even go over it if you want. So sometimes I wet and dab and don't do it an extra time because I've already got paint on my brush. So wet, dab, side slide, and you can see this is a nice, I'm going to show you close up. See how nice especially it's still wet, but do you see how the water is drying? So one side of the brush has water, the other side of the brush has the paint. So when you only have paint on one side and you have a little bit of water on the other side, and you're going nice and light with the side of your brush, you don't want to use it like this, the brush. You want to slide it like this way, so hold it slanted. So that when you're dragging it, one side is flowing the water and the other side has the black, shows the black on the edge. Now, if I get too much, like right here, this don't look so good. So I can take, just by wetting my brush and dabbing it off a little, so there's a little water in my brush, but not a lot, I can fix that by just taking it out with a little bit of water. Just smoothing it out so that it's still a nice, smooth look, so you're not getting, hard lines. So now, if I was to do this and my whole brush got immersed and I didn't have, now say I have too much paint on my brush, and I'm trying to go on the edge of a piece, I'm going to end up like this with a big heavy line. Even if my brush is wet, if I have too much paint, it's going to go like this. It's not going to have that nice flow to it. That's the whole idea of the wet dab. So you need to wet dab and then side slide and put it on. Now see, if I do this and I need to fix it, I'm just going to very lightly get some water in there so I can get that same effect. So if you mess it up, you can fix it by just taking some of that off. So you can see how I'm fixing this. See? So I'm fixing this so that it still looks nice. So see how I'm fixing it so that it kind of flows, because you don't want that hard line there. So same thing when this, where I put the blue, as it dries, this water line here just kind of is just water. So when it dries, you're just going to see that dark blue. So when it's fired, you're just going to see your nice your shading. You're just going to see the nice dark blue shading or the black shading. Okay, so you wet, dab, just dab once so some of the water comes off. Make sure it's not dripping up in the barrel though, because it could drip onto your plate. Then you're going to, the other thing is when you side slide this, I can't slide it over here because it's too messy now. So you want a nice clean edge to do the side slide. Okay, I'm going to do this once more because I got water on my barrel. Okay, so now I'm going to side slide on this nice clean edge. Okay, so now I just got the side of my brush with paint. The other side is just got a little bit of water in it. And that's how I shade. See, so you're just using that side of the brush. And if it feels like it's not flowing and it's starting to do that, then do it again. Wet dab, side slide, and then just slide it along. Once you get used to this, you'll do it for a lot of stuff because it's just a nice shading around something or on something so that you don't have to go and outline it, because you can shade it instead. Now, if you want to do a big area, you could take, let me see if I have a decent enough brush to do the big area. So I can take a brush like this. This is a bigger brush. You see it's a lot bigger. Now, I want to do like a shading on the edge here. So I'm going to wet, dab. I'm going to use the black so you can see it better. Side, slide. So I'm going to load the side of my brush. Now, with a bigger brush, you can load a little more paint on the side. So now I'm going to do right around the edge, wet dab, side slide, make sure you have that clean edge, and you can get, so the whole idea is to get this really nice dark edge, and it flows out with the water. So it's kind of smooth out, and it's already blended. You don't have to blend anything or do anything. So you can do it with any size brush, and when this wet dries, it's just going to be the same as this blue here. It's just like a gradual effect. That's what it does. It's another way to shade without having to use a sponge to shade. So anyway, that's it. That's about it for the side slide technique. So you will see things that I do. I just did a bunny thing, and the whole bunny is done that way in brown with the side slide technique. So remember those 4 words: wet, dab, side, slide. Alrighty, so good luck. And it does take a little bit of practice to do this. So, just practice on something and try it. Once you get it, you'll really enjoy it.